What up, what up? Welcome back. I'm B. Ryder. It's my co-host.
J. Bell.
And this is Final Thoughts. Today's topic, do men have low standards? Let's check it out.
There are so many brothers out there with low standards that don't require anything other than yoni and good looks from women, if the looks are even that good. There's so many yes men out there that kiss women's butt and don't require anything from them. Did it ever occur to you that you are giving her the ammo that she needs to make you feel like you are not good enough for her? Because that's what a lot of sisters do. You give so much energy to these women that have nothing else to offer but their looks, and then you get mad when they think that that's all they need to offer is their looks. That's kind of backward. They're not being made to respect you. They're not being made to be your peace of mind. They're not being made to do any of that. All they have to do is just be cute if they are and have a yoni, and they get energy from you. They get to take from you and you don't ask for anything in return. That is having low standards. If you want this to change, these unrealistic standards that sisters have, if you want to change at all, you have to raise your standards some.
All right. Here we are again.
Yep.
I felt like this one was kind of necessary because of what was the last one we did about women?
Do they have unrealistic expectations?
Right. Do women have unrealistic expectations? So
yes.
We got all our data together and we conclusively concluded the answer was yes.
Flip it.
But today, just to balance things out, let's figure we talk about men for a while.
Yeah, I think it's only right.
Yeah.
So do men have low standards? B. Ryder.
Well, I think the answer is yes. I think we do.
You think so?
I think so.
Why is that though?
I mean, for all the reasons that she said. I mean, she hit the nail on the head for a lot of what she said.
Oh yeah, she let the gun go off on that one.
Yeah, she was spitting bars for real. Man,
especially with the attention that women get on social media and men giving pouring into that attention and men getting mad at the fact that this is all she brought to the table. Why you mad? Because
why be mad now?
Yeah, why be mad now? That's what it was in the beginning. So you can't really expect much more out of her when that's what you allowed. Your standard was just looks.
Right. I think there's so much truth in that. I think we've all seen that.
Of course,
the woman posing with
a booty,
just a button, a shot, or just showing her thighs or whatnot.
Yeah,
and that's just like, oh man, let me hop in the inbox real quick. Let me see what I could do with that.
Don't send a pic, I don't do that. Hey, disclaimer across the screen. J. Bell does not engage in these kind of activities. Can't speak for everybody else in the room.
Only if you ask for it.
Right.
But, I think we've all kind of been there before. And I found myself, in many an inbox based solely on looks.
We're visual.
Yeah,
I understand why people don't get that.
Yeah. We are visual creatures, and that's what that is.
Right? I mean, and they cater to it. Like the ones that do the whole Instagram butt pic, tit pic, bathing suit, not really wearing much, and all that kind of stuff. They cater to the fact that men are very, very visual creatures,
right?
And it works.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? You'll see the person with 25K followers, but they only following 109. which is kind of weird. I have my
without even being like a celebrity or nothing like that.
Right.
Like some celebrity, I can understand that.
You know,
like,
they showing their booty.
Yeah,
and I'm here for it. Like I'm gonna look. I might double tap that thing.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
But the difference is, okay, yeah, I might give you that like, and it does feed into the attention that they seek.
Right.
So that's very valid as per the video. The thing is, for me, is that that's not somebody who I want. Like, if I were a wife, that's not what I want.
Right.
And that's a difference for me, personally. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much feel the same way. Like, and I feel like most guys feel that way. Like, looks go so far, right?
Yeah.
And that's what attracts us initially, right?
Of course, but it's not gonna
last. Right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the only thing. Yeah. But she, like you said, she did have a point when she said that we kind of do feed into that with our, likes or attention giving. Mm-hmm. She feels like, or a woman may feel like she doesn't need to have anything else. So is that wrong? Is that
I wouldn't say that it's wrong. I just think that that's how the game is, kind of, sort of. Like, it's just how the game evolved. For some reason, we're here. We went to sleep and we woke up, and we're here.
We're here now.
Where social media is everything. It's all about the likes. It's all about the subscriptions. It's all about the popularity. Everybody wants to go viral. Not everybody, but we know that going viral can mean a paycheck.
Definitely.
And that is a lot of the reasons why I think women engage in like the social media thing, because for one, depending on the platform you are in, you can get money. For two, you can attract wealthier men. Men who really are six-figure men, and you got the look that they like, and they got the money that they like. Yeah. So, it works. It works for them.
Yeah.
Do I think those kind of relationships last long? Come on now. It's not built on like a solid foundation at all.
Right.
Because money could run out, looks could wane. So it's really not built on anything.
So that stuff is good for the moment.
Yeah, it's good for the moment.
Basically.
I think so.
Right.
So like, what about the part where she said that we accept women to be, I guess you would say, masculine? I really don't want to use that word. I'm just going to say women who like holler and curse and be disrespectful and stuff like that. And we just be like, that's just her. She's just a firebrand type. Like, what you think about that?
I feel like that kind of like, and women have kind of played into that as much as guys have in order to facilitate the ease of staying in a relationship or finding one, and that it becomes this narrative that, oh, this is just me, accept me for who I am, or don't accept me at all. And oh my God, I really dislike that whole thing. Like
our boy Lou probably would have a lot to say about that.
Oh my God,
he would let the gun go off on that.
Oh yeah. But, and I'm with him on that. To me, this is like I hate that whole idea of just take me as I am, because it just absolves yourself of self-improvement. So it just becomes this whole thing of, this is who I am. I'm not going to get any better. I'm not going to try to get any better. This is who I am at my peak. If you don't accept this person with all of their flaws, which may not be reasonable, then there's something wrong with you, or they can find somebody better,
Yeah.
And I really dislike the whole narrative, that whole narrative, because it's just like, it's so lazy to me. It's just like you really think that like you right now, you are the best that you can ever be. Like this is it, right? Take me as I am, and this is what you are, right?
Right.
And it's just like you don't think you need to work out a little bit. You don't think you need to kind of tone down your energy, or you don't think that you need to learn a little bit more. You don't think you need to become a better skilled person in this avenue or this one. Like none of this. Like you don't think any, you good right here where you are. Okay. So I'm just, and I throw that whole thing. When I hear that, it signals to me that, oh, this is somebody who stopped trying. And this is somebody who I don't want to deal with personally.
Yeah, and the issue is that a lot of men accept that behavior.
Yeah.
You know, we give excuses, we give reasons as to why their behavior is acceptable. We say, oh, that's just her. That's just how she is. And, you know, we've grown up with the happy wife, happy life instead of, you know, happy house, happy spouse, happy house. And, you know, like one's way more healthier than the other because it's one is predicated on the woman benefiting solely on the relationship as opposed to the couple. Definitely. And a relationship is supposed to be about that couple.
Yes.
And it's very toxic, I think. And like I said, men have accepted this for so long that it's become normal.
It is. I think that it's kind of like, it goes back to one of our earlier videos when we were talking about the simplicity of men, how we're simple creatures. Or like, we just needed to look good, have a decent personality, and be able to hold a conversation. And that's okay. But just as women having high expectations comes with a cost, men being simple
has a cost.
A cost to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
So all of we could have, you know, a pretty girl who has decent conversation and we could be happy with that, right?
Right.
But in that, we may ignore all of the flaws that she has because we're just happy to have a woman, you know? And I think in that that kind of comes as, you know, a problem. You know, that's the consequence within men of being so simple. Like, hey man, I just want my girl to look good and to take care of the meals and my kids, and that's it. But you're not worried about how she treats you. You're not worried about her demeanor in public. You're not worried about you know, her income level, her intelligence level, her education, any of these things. None of these things cross your mind, right? When these things could very well play a significant factor in her character. So, and I know that I kind of have issues with that as well, like discernment.
Ooh, okay, take us to church.
Like, how do you feel like your discernment is in picking up, you know, shuffling through
quality women?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's gotten much better because I was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Through trial and error, sometimes trial by fire.
A lot of fire.
I was one of those men who dated those kinds of disrespectful women, who really did the most, the hooping and hollering and disrespect. You trying to help out a male friend with, like, let's say a money problem. She call you gay because you're giving her money. You know, real toxic stuff. And like, you know, just anything she could have done to emasculate me, she did. You know, and I was in that relationship for a long time, unfortunately, because I was always looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. It's gonna get better. It's gonna be better, but it never did. You know, sometimes that's just how it be. Now, in my 30s now, I'm in my mid 30s. I am doing much better with picking and picking the women that are quality,
discerning them,
picking, selecting. No. Scratch all that. Choosing. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Inside joke. But yeah, I'm doing much better with that, man. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, man, struggles was real as well. I always had, because I always went for the hood girls personally. That was like, that was like my thing.
Oh my God!
And that was something that I had to like grow out of myself. But yeah, I think I'm still trying to improve, and I'm still trying to get to the point where I'm holding women more accountable for the things that they say and do. And that's why I think we are now. Like, I think more guys need to do that. We need to be we need to hold women accountable.
Thank you.
Because we don't enough.
And it's our fault with that.
It is. It is entirely our fault. Because we don't, like, especially like if you like, if you single and you don't really care too much, you just trying to get to the next girl in bed or whatnot. And a lot of times in women, y'all probably don't even realize it. Like, we as men overlook a lot of bullshit that y'all do that normally would disqualify you.
Yeah, we rationalize their foolishness.
We do a lot. Like, there's been several times where I've seen a woman do something that really turned me off. And I was just like, But
making excuses for bad behavior.
So, and I guarantee you I'm not the only guy who does that.
No.
We overlook a lot of y'all. If you were to hear the things that we think a lot of the times when y'all do certain things, you would probably stop doing them. Because as men, we're visual and we're very simple. And if it takes us to sacrifice certain things to achieve our goal, we'll do that.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah.
But if we were to be as picky as y'all were, y'all would hear a whole lot of stuff from us.
Man, bro.
And I feel like that's kind of where we need to move to, almost.
Yeah, I agree. It's just difficult because of the boundaries in our society that we set around women. You can't talk about weaves. You can't talk about their weight. You can't. Everything is a trigger when it's a criticism. So when it's a critique.
Yeah.
In regards to women, but a woman could tell a man he's a short man. Hey, little wee, and they do this all day and all sorts of. They engage in all sorts of bad,
inappropriate,
and messed up behavior.
Yes.
Just because they don't like you, and you saying let's say you talking about a woman's weight or something like that. Oh, you must be gay. What?
Immediately, right?
And it's just like, for women to be like some of the biggest advocates of the LGBT community, y'all really be using that word to hurt straight men. Like, I don't like as if being gay is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a straight man interprets it as something bad, of course, because that's not who they are.
Right.
But y'all use it as a dagger, and I don't get it when you're in support of the LGBT community. It just, those things just don't make any sense.
It comes off as really tone deaf a lot of the time. Yeah. As much as we've seen guys not take rejection well, we know that this is a thing.
Oh, it's definitely.
I have seen women not take rejection well. Like, oh my God. And it's crazy to me because they demonstrate the same qualities that they get mad at guys for demonstrating when we are rejected. And then it becomes a whole nother thing. It becomes justified.
Because we accept it. And that's why she's saying that we have our expectations are too low. We need to raise it up to not have those type of women in our space. The women that's going to do that kind of stuff. We need to have our, you know what I'm saying? We need to elevate. And the reason that I enjoyed that video so much is because it's not a man speaking. This is coming from a woman, because people have reserves about that. Men, like, no, it's coming from a beautiful black woman at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And she's right. She's not wrong.
Yeah, we need to raise our standards. I definitely agree. Yeah. You know, they have too many thought bubbles that involves toxicity within women's groups, like the whole men ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, that whole thought process. Yeah. Well, he ain't this, and it's like you become and excuse my language, but it is what it is. They become a part of the bitter bitch parade. Uh-huh. It's like that habitual poster that's always posting about black men, especially, always doing something like negative in a relationship, and it's just like, okay, how long you gonna do this? Now this take a lot of energy. You could be pouring your energy into something creative, like this woman was just saying.
Yeah.
You could be making an Etsy. You could be showing all of this kind of stuff. Your weight loss journey, all kinds of stuff. You could be doing all that. Right. Nah, you prefer to use your platform to just down men,
and to be somewhat disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, when if guys were to do the same thing,
oh my goodness,
it would be a problem.
Everybody loses their mind. You know? Everybody loses their mind, man. Like,
she's right. We need to change it. Things need to change. We need to start elevating our standards, holding women accountable, and not accepting the BS. You know, like you ever had a woman like you talking to like in a club or something? If you had a hat on, she like takes your hat off.
Yeah.
And, oh, let me see if you got hair.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like is that your hair? Would you find it acceptable if I was to be like, oh, is that your real hair? No.
Not at all.
Like, is that would not be acceptable? Why do you feel comfortable to ask me about, or to snatch my hat off of my head and ask me where my lining begins? You know, like.
Or what if I grabbed a little fat roll on your rib? Would you feel okay with that? Like, since we're being disrespectful, but I'd rather not engage in that kind of activity because it doesn't, produce anything productive. It's not
conducive to anything.
Yeah. Like, why would I spend my time downing this black woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I could spend my time helping build together, if that's where we going with things. Like, that's just, and even if we not romantic, I just want to see us be great. But man,
it's so hard sometimes. You know what I do in those situations when I feel disrespected by a black woman? I tell them to have a nice night. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm like, oh yeah, you have a nice night.
Okay.
And then I leave. That's what I do. Ain't really much else.
That's how you're supposed to. That's to me a step in raising your standards, because you're not about to deal with nonsense. But yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Like my final thoughts is that if we're gonna do this, because I'm an advocate for black relationships. I do believe that love is love and stuff like that, but I'm an advocate of the black family. That's me, I think it was very important to my development watching strong black men at like my school, St. Aud, teach me. It exposed me to how I feel like men should be, and taking that and going into the world and dealing with our women, and especially growing up with a predominantly, female black women, it gave me a good balance, I would say. But you still gotta learn, and you never stop learning. And I think that in our journey through life, like black women, black men, we need to hold each other accountable, because I think that with women's expectations being up here, and I'm talking about black women, and black men's expectations being down here, we're never here. And that's where we need to be. We need to be as close to here as possible, but we got to be willing to listen to each other. The hooping and hollering and disrespect and the childish behavior, not holding yourself accountable, it needs to end. sooner than later. Your final thoughts?
Everything you just said, basically. That's it. Like, I can say no more. Once again, you can follow me at BWriter on IG.
I'm chaos_noop. So it's chaos with a K. So chaos_noop.
Yeah. And once again, I'm BWriter.
J Bell.
And this has been
Final Thoughts.